Okay, come here. I'm gonna share a secret. Backing you down a bit, I'm gonna be showing you guys how to cheat a blowout. The tool that we're gonna be using for this video is none other than Miss GHD Rise, because she's my ride or die. But you can, however, use any other round brush, electric, thermal brush out there. I'd like to gatekeep this, but I just couldn't take it. I'm a girl's girl. But yeah, make sure you guys like and subscribe, and we'll get to the video. Okay, so this is what my hair looks like after failing rehab and lack of better judgment. I wouldn't say it's entirely terrible, but okay, it's terrible. Anyways, we are going to be starting this hairstyle with dry hair because I am going to be using a blowout brush. The one that I'm using specifically is by GHD. It's called a GHD Rise. The very reason why I prefer this is that it gives me tighter curls. I also badly want to try the Amika one. Unfortunately, I don't want to spend another $100 after spending almost $200 for this. We're just going to turn that on. This heats up really fast, by the way, so there's that. Now for the important part. Protection. For our heat tamer, I'm gonna be using the GHD Bodyguard, and I'm not really particular. I'm not super specific. I'm not technical about how I apply it. I just spray it around my hair and that's it. So before we actually start curling, I'm gonna get you guys on the loop on what tools you're gonna be needing. So if you have curtain bangs like mine, you are gonna need a roller. I don't apply rollers to all of my hair, just the curtain bangs. Then you're gonna need clips like these, and then clips to section up your hair. So I'm gonna be taking a section above my ears. Also, guys, you don't have to be super, like, clean with your sectioning. I've always been messy with my sectioning, and guess what? It always turns out good. Okay, so we're gonna start with this section, and I'm gonna brush this. Now, you do have to make sure that you brush this thoroughly because the brush will snag if you don't. So what I do is I grab the GHD Rise, and then I kind of smooth down the root area. Then what I do is when I get to the middlings and ends, I'm gonna start wrapping it like this, and then dragging it down. And that is just so we create that bevel look that we want, you know? The GHD Rise is a bit harder to maneuver compared to other hot brushes, so don't feel bad if you don't end up like being all perfect with it, because guess what? I'm also still learning. Okay, so that looks perfect. We love that. And then what we're gonna do with this section is I'm gonna be pinning it up because we want it to set there, you know? A cute little ringlet. I'm gonna give you guys another example on this side. So the same thing, smoothing down the root area, and then we're just gonna wrap this down. And keep twirling and twirling. You can twirl this hair whichever direction you want. I alternate, I don't really care. On the very end, I like to twirl it all the way up and kind of like let it sit there, you know, so that the heat kind of marinates. And then what I do is I twirl it and then release it gently, just like that. There we go. That looks so bouncy. Wow. And then we're gonna clip it. So now we're done with our bottom section. We love bottoms. Now we're going through with our midsection. Now, as you guys can see, I have a lot of like bubbles here at the top that I want to eliminate, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So for the first section on the middle, I'm going to be taking kind of like a vertical section, just like this one. And then what I'll do is I'll brush it to the front, just like that. So similar to how we did the others, we're just going to smooth out the root, and then we're going to start twirling. Rolling it up, and then releasing it. There we go. That looks perfect. I'm also going to be setting this section vertically, only because I want that. Just trust me. Set this section vertically, and then thank me later. Okay, I look absolutely crazy, but like, in the name of beauty, you know? So I'm not gonna be spoon feeding you guys on information on how to do it every other section. I mean, you're not my ex, so I'm pretty sure you're gonna be fine. Okay, so for sections like this where you have like kind of like bevels and kinks on the front of your face, we're gonna be taking that tiny section and we're gonna grab the hot brush, and then we're gonna just smooth that section out slowly. Literally one pass. What do you mean? Okay, so this looks messy, but we've fully done the mid and the lower sections. Now we're gonna do the top part, which I would say is the most important part. I'm gonna be separating my bang because I'm gonna be putting a roller on that. Okay, so now that we got them separated, this is kind of like Vogue, you know? Just gonna be clipping that out, and I'm gonna start with these sections at the back, which is like, these are like my problem areas, if you guys can see that. Hello. So we're gonna give them extra magic, you know? So I will separate them down the middle, and then what I'll do is I'll brush them this way. Similar to the other sections, we're just gonna smooth down the root, and then we're gonna start twirling it. Similar to the other sections, I am gonna be rolling this up and pinning it down. Do comment down, you guys, if you really want me to try the Amika. I'll try to buy it if I can, but only if you guys want to. You know, I'm looking for an excuse to buy it. So if you guys actually want me to buy it, then yeah, comment down below. Okay, so now we're on to, dare I say, the most important section ever. And that is our bang section. Only because this section really does frame my face, so that's why I deem it as most important. Basically, why I'm super thorough with this section, and I do take my time doing it. I do smooth it a couple of times just to make sure that there's no kinks, because this top section right here is a problem area of mine. I have a cluster of hair there that just likes to kink up for whatever reason. So that's why I like to smooth it a couple of times before I actually start rolling it, if that makes any sense. And then once I feel like this section is smoothed out, I'm gonna start rolling it like the other sections. Then we're gonna release it. Then what I'll do from here is I'm gonna grab the big roller that we had. The rollers that I'm using are by Kitsch. You can use any other rollers, doesn't really matter. And there we have it. As you guys can see, I'm not super particular with my sectioning. This looks disgusting. But guess what? That doesn't matter. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna let it sit here for like, I don't know, 30 minutes max. And then we're gonna remove them. Oh, and by the way, make sure that you turn this off because, I mean, it does have automatic shut off, but just in case. Girl, like, turn it off. Guess who's back after 30 minutes? Me. And guess who lied because I can't stay up for that long because it's already late and I'm sleepy. Also me. So we're gonna remove the pins. Start with the back sections right here. And you don't really have to like let it sit here for a long time. So long as it's already cool, it should be okay. So as you can see right here, this is super smooth and it just curls. I'm so good at this. This too good. Too good. That's only the bottom and mid section. And that looks sexy already. Okay. I low-key outdid myself. Now for the bang area, which we've all been waiting for. Okay. That already is quite sickening. I kind of did that. This is so pretty. You know, blowouts just never fail me. I feel so ugly and then I do a blowout and I'm like Victoria's Secret angel. Anyways, this is the finished look, guys. You can add some products afterwards. You can add oils, you can add texture spray, hairspray. I just don't like the feel of texture on my hair. Other than that, if you guys want a tutorial on other tools, like using an actual hair dryer and then one of these round brush, comment below. I'd love to do it. Or if you want me to do the Amika one, let me know. I'll gladly buy it for you guys. And yeah, sound off and leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I do reply to all my comments because I'm that girl. That is it. I hope you guys have the best blowout ever and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!